Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to look at how you can perform dynamic pivot charts in Microsoft Excel within 5 minutes. So this data that we have is data that has the date, the county, the gender, product, farmers reach, and the sales. So we are going to begin, and the first step is to turn this into table, and we are going to click Control T for us to turn. And then now we want to insert a pivot table. So for us to do, we click Control A to select. You put your cursor anywhere, and then you click Control A to select the whole table, and then you go to Insert, and then you insert the pivot table, and we are going to do it in a new worksheet. And then, so we want to look at how many farmers were rich in each and every county. So you can have this. And that instead of sum, we are going to change this value into count. So we have that. And then we want to generate another table. We are going to copy this and we paste it here. And then instead of having a count only, we are going to have it in terms of gender. So, and then again, we can have this table. And then we do this. And then we're going to do, instead of count the number of farmers, we're going to do in terms of the sales. So we can do the sales per county. So we're going to do the sum in terms of the sales of the county. Also, we can have this so that we come and generate the charts later. So we can have this. So instead of having count reach, so we can have the products here, then the number reach. Yeah, so in terms of, we have the number reach. So we can generate charts using these tables that we have. So you can, we can change this one is to be county, and then farmers reach, number of farmers reach. Then county, and then we have this county, yeah, and then we can insert. So we can insert here, and then we have the pivot chart. So we can insert this, we have this, and then for this we can also do this in terms of charts. We can insert this pivot chart. We can have this, we can have this, and then we can have this also. So you click insert, and then we have your pivot chart. So we can do this instead, and we drag it here. Then you can also do the last one in terms of we go to insert and then pivot chart, then we do this. Then we go to here, we insert the slicer, and we can do for gender and products, and then we have, so we have the slicers here, and we can report the connection. We can do the same for this, report the connection, so that it's become dynamic and interactive. So we can do also for this one. So if you click female, it is going to change. Male, it is going to change. All of them. If you click a county, you're going to get, if you do this, for product also the same, like that. So your chart has become dynamic. Thank you so much for watching this video.